What is going on, UFC card lovers? Welcome back here for another video at UFC Card Talk. My name is Damien, and if you're new to this channel, here at UFC Card Talk, we like to talk about everything to do with UFC cards, from collecting to investing and also recent UFC card hobby news. This week's video, it is going to be a little tutorial, and the video idea was actually brought to me by my friend in the hobby, Zach at Box Alarm Trading. So thank you to him. We are going to be going over the way that I use a sniping tool for all of my eBay auctions. If you are new to this hobby, if you like UFC cards, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you hit the like button. Hitting buttons, just keep hitting buttons and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on my weekly UFC card related videos. Let's get into it. So basically, to start off, you might be asking, Damien, why do I want to use a sniping service, and what is a sniping service? Well, basically a sniping service is a website that you link up with your eBay account, and you can basically put in your bids through this sniping service so you do not have to be watching eBay at the time of auction. This is super useful for international collectors like myself, where we have auctions on eBay that might be ending in the middle of the night, early hours of the morning. Instead of having to wait to the end of the auction, which if you are new to the hobby, you may not know this or understand this, but it is very, very common for any auction platform that the bids do not get serious for that auction until the very last minutes, even seconds of the listing. And why this is because people who are seriously bidding on this item, they do not want to bid themselves up and give the opportunity for other people who are also interested in the listing to bid them over. So that is why most people, they will not actually enter their bid until, as I said, the last minute, or if not the last 10 seconds of the listing. That way it does not give others time to enter their bid and outbid them. And as I said, this happens on all of the auction platforms. So you might be winning an auction with 1 minute to go and it's currently at $20, and you think, wow, I'm going to win this card for $20. When in actual fact, not until the last 20 seconds will the card price jump up to somewhere more like $50 or $60 or even $100. It is not uncommon for cards to double, 5x, 10x what the listing price is in the last minute. So that is why it's super useful for me as an international collector. As I said, I cannot afford to be staying up to the middle of the night, 2 a.m. in order to bid on these cards. And as I said, without bidding myself up or without giving a chance for other people to outbid me basically on the auction. So that is the first reason why I think using a sniping tool or a sniping website is very useful. The other biggest reason I believe is super useful is basically because if you've been a part of an auction before, you will understand the emotions that get involved. I have countless times have actually waited until these last seconds, waiting, staring at my phone, staring at my computer, watching the seconds tick down, watching the bids increase, and I might have originally had my highest max bid at $25. For example, within 30 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go, the listing jumps up to $35. It jumps up to $40, and even though that is without of my budget, it's without of my first price range, I will chuck a bid in at the last few seconds for $50. And then if I do win the auction, you have a wave of guilt come over you because you have just basically been emotionally sucked into bidding much higher than you originally wanted, and you don't even understand why at the time. But it's just something to do with human nature, something to do with that fear of missing out, that you will actually end up bidding more than you originally wanted to. Some people, they may not feel as bad about that, but I definitely do. And I do think that obviously leads into feelings of addiction with the hobby. You're more trying to win the auction than win the card, which is never a good thing in my opinion. So that is another reason why using a sniping service where you can literally set it a few days out if you want, you can just set it and forget it. And if you win the card, you win the card. But if you don't, then at least you know that you kept true to your initial budget or your initial price that you're willing to pay for that card without actually getting emotionally involved in the auction process. So that is the second biggest reason why I recommend that people use these sniping services. So let's get through it now. We'll jump on the computer and I will show you exactly how these platforms work. So while we're getting started on that, there are two sniping services that I recommend. There is one that I use 99% of the time, and that is bidslammer.com. The other one is gixxon.com. We will start off first with bidslammer.com. Obviously, little note, I am not sponsored or paid. I'm sure these websites do not need someone with 260 subscribers on YouTube trying to prop up their business, but just thought I'd make that note. So we'll go over here, checking out first, we have bidslammer.com. Obviously, I don't need to go over the process of how to make an account. I'm sure you guys and girls are all up to date with how to do that. But once you do that, so once we are ready to sign in here, we will be signing in not with your email, but with the user ID for your eBay, along with the separate BidSlammer password. I am not a robot. I should mention, guys, sorry, before we go too far ahead, these services I do believe you can pay a subscription base for, and that will give you premium level services. I have never done that. I've been using this service, specifically BidSlammer, for over 12 months now, and I would just recommend to keep with the free program. With the free service, it will allow you to bid on an item no later than within 10 seconds before ending. So if you have a premium, you might get 3 seconds or 1 second for your bid to get entered, but 10 seconds I find is enough. I mean, if you're gonna get outbid after 10 seconds, then you're gonna get outbid. That's just how it is. It happens obviously a lot. It will also allow you to hold 5 snipes at a time. So you can't put in more than 5 snipes, have loaded ready to go at more than 5 at once. With a premium account, I think you can have unlimited. So, but as I said, there are ways to get around that with having more than one sniping service membership. So we will start off here. So the eBay item number. So let's pretend I'm new and I watched UFC 291 on the weekend. I thought Derek Lewis was absolutely amazing. The way that he knocked out his opponent, the way that he got on the mic, the way that he took his pants off, I was just absolutely captured. And I thought to myself, damn, I need to buy a Derek Lewis card right now or in the near future. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to eBay. I'm going to type in Derek Lewis, if I can spell, UFC card, and we're going to see what comes up. Alright, so we have this Platinum 1 of 1. I'm new to the hobby and I think this 1 of 1 sounds really cool, even though it's a Chronicles. So we have that one. So now what we're going to do is, guys, we want the item number, which we can find on the website here. So it's in the item specifics area. We have this item number. I'm going to copy and paste this item number, C, and I'm going to paste it here. It'll take a little bit to load, but now I've put that item number for that specific eBay listing right there. We'll get to choose now what my max bid is. So there it is, it's been found. I normally find once you start clicking on the max bid plus icon, it will find the card quicker. So we can see it's currently at $152.49. I want my max bid to be $161.49. You could make it whatever you wanted. Whatever your budget is allowing, I would recommend. So once we got that, we got the lead time. So as you can see here, this is what I was talking about before. You can't bid on any later than 10 seconds for the free version, but if you had the paid version, you could go anywhere up to 1 second before the listing finishes. Bid name group, I don't worry about anything about that. We'll just leave that no group and we will just click add snipe. And that is it. It has now said you have successfully added a snipe for this amount on this item. and it will stay around here under current snipes. We will do that process just one more time for you guys. Here we go, we have the latest Panini Select Derek Lewis Sparks. It's the blue prism with the relic patch. Same thing, we will scroll down here to item specifics. It's actually much higher up. You can obviously do this process on your mobile as well. We will get rid of that previous item number. We will paste in the new one. I will hit the max bid button just to get it going a bit faster. Now it is loaded here, so we can see the current bid is at $1.04 with the British pound there. I want to give it $4 with the British pound. Add snipe. And now we can see it there again under the current snipes. So as I said, with the free version of Bid Slammer, you can have up to 5 snipes set at any given time. If you are a eBay degenerate and you want to have more than 5 snipes set at one time, you could obviously pay for a more premium version of this website, which I'm not sure. You can check out those fees yourself. Or we could go to somewhere, the second website I have used and I do also recommend is this Gixxon.com. So this is another one that I recommend, Gixxon.com. Obviously super simple website to navigate. Head on over to My Snipes. So super similar setup. We can see here, we will paste in the item number, my bid of $6, and we will click add. And we can see here that is now loaded up with the item details and everything else needed, with the time to end, the amount of bid, the current bid, and if it's scheduled or not scheduled. So there you have it, guys. They are the 2 websites I recommend if you do want to start sniping your eBay auctions. I highly recommend it, as I said, for the 2 reasons I gave at the start of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you again next week here at UFC Card Talk.